Hi everyone, thank you for joining me again today. I hope everyone is staying safe. I hope you are masked up, washing your hands or gloved up, and definitely social distancing. Guys, COVID is no joke, so please take every precaution to stay safe. I'm safe because I'm at home in this time, and as you can tell, I have been using my pandemic time to create the noodles and prepare poetry and short stories to share with you. So, yes, today is story time, and our first short story is the interview Celena's debut. Quick background about this story: it's about a reporter who was given the job to interview the Woman of the Year recipient. Now, we know everything isn't always what it seems, and this interview turned out to be Celena's lucky break. So I do hope you enjoy the interview, Celena's debut, and I'm just gonna roll right into it. Please send me your feedback and your comments always. I look forward to reading them. Without further ado, the interview, Celena's debut. Celena is a 22-year-old reporter who was recently hired by WXL station to cover small community news and inconsequential stories. Excited about the job, Celena arrived at the station eager and ready to get started. At the end of the normal morning meeting, one of the senior field reporters proposed a new show called This Is Your Day, where various guests are interviewed about their achievements. She suggested the first show should profile the winner of the Woman of the Year award and would be a good fit for the soon to be vacant afternoon slot. It was her intention to host the show, but Dan, the producer, looked around the room and selected Celena because he felt the show would be temporary and did not require an expert or senior reporter. The producer's blatant disregard for her reporting ability did not go unnoticed by Celena, but she was determined to prove to him and herself that she was more than capable to get the job done. Working with the editors on the data she compiled about her guest, an invitation was extended to the winner, Mrs. Michaela Collinson. Celena, ecstatic that Michaela agreed to the interview, worked with the production crew to prepare the set for taping. She worked tirelessly to carefully choose her questions after observing many one-off programs that were scheduled to broadcast in the same afternoon slot the day after her interview aired. On interview day, Celena arrived at the station earlier than normal to walk through every second of the interview. The seating arrangements, the camera placement, and even the placement of her question cards. Doug and Michaela Collinson also arrived earlier than expected and was escorted directly to the set. Michaela paced back and forth as she rethinked her decision for the interview. The moment she learned of their arrival, Celena hastily left her desk to join the couple. "Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Collinson. I'm Celena. I hope you weren't waiting too long," the reporter cheerfully greeted her guest. Michaela was caught off guard by the young face standing before her, but she tried to avoid judging the young lady by her appearance. She politely responded with a smile, "It's absolutely fine. Besides, it gives us a moment to get acclimated with the surroundings. Neither one of us has been at a television station before, so it's exciting and scary at the same time." Celena could sense a spirit of humility from the couple and could not wait to get started. The sound technician brought the microphones and clipped it on both ladies. Doug held his wife's hand as he escorted her to the chair, gave her a quick kiss before making his way out of camera range. He stood at an angle where his wife could see him in case she needed reassurance. Celena adjusted her seat to make sure the camera could capture her best side, as well as position herself directly across from her guest. Although the interview was being taped, Celena wanted to be authentic, so she arranged for a small studio audience to be present. Once all the audience members were seated, the cameraman called out, "Quiet on the set," then raised his hand to count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And as soon as his hand signaled 0, he pointed to Celena, who smiled and began with the introduction. Welcome, everybody, to This Is Your Day, a show that shines the spotlight on the accomplishments of people in our community. I'm Celena Herman, and joining me today is our Woman of the Year winner, Mrs. Michaela Collinson, who is also the Chief Engineer at the Rollinson Company. During our conversation, we hope to uncover her many accomplishments that led her to receiving this prestigious award. Mrs. Collinson, welcome to our show. Celena spoke as she tried to fight back the butterflies that were running through her stomach. The camera was now on Michaela as she responded politely. "Hi, Celena. Thanks for having me. I'm truly humbled that someone would be interested in my life's achievement." The camera was now on a wider angle to include both women in the frame. "We're delighted that you are able to join us on the first show as our first guest. As we progress, it is our intention to get to know the woman behind the power. So, some of our questions may be personal. However, you can answer them at your discretion because this is truly your day." Celena's assurance gave Michaela a sense of comfort in knowing that she had the power by how they proceed in the interview. She calmly responded, "Thanks. I'll try to remember that." Moving forward with the interview, Celena asked her first real question. How does it feel to be nominated amongst such top professional women and emerge the winner? Her guest, who had a sly smile on her face, answered, "I was pleasantly surprised to be nominated and even more shocked when I found out I won. I must say, winning does feel great." Michaela laughed at her own response. Smiling to keep her guests engaged, Celena asked, "Your journey to get to this point of nomination or getting the trophy wasn't easy, was it?" Of course, her series of questions were based on the limited information she was able to gather about the Woman of the Year. Michaela reflected quickly on her past and offered a simple response: "No, it certainly was not." Realizing that she may have a tough time pulling answers from her guests, Celena pressed a little more. "From what I've been told, you didn't have a great childhood, did you? As a matter of fact, you have been on your own from a very young age." This question made Michaela a little uneasy. Even though she had only seconds before reflected on her past, she was not sure it was something she wanted to share. Glancing at her husband, he nodded to give her comfort in responding. Still feeling uneasy, she kept it brief. "You're correct. My childhood was not as great as others, but thank God I survived." Sensing the uneasiness of her guests, Celena backed off temporarily from the personal questions and shifted to questions surrounding her career. "Can you share with our audience what exactly is a biomedical engineer?" Her question worked because Michaela relaxed and with excitement answered. A biomedical engineer works with medicine and biology to get results. We consider ourselves bridging the gap between the two in order to find new technology that would aid in detecting and diagnosing medical issues. Our work is really exciting. The question put a spark in Michaela's eyes, and continuing on the momentum, Celena posed the next question. It does sound exciting. For our viewers who might be interested in the biomedical engineering field, can you tell them how long does it take to earn a degree in this field? Smiling as she gives thought to the question, Michaela tried to keep her answers very honest and realistic. That's a great question. Obtaining a medical engineering degree depends on the student, their financial situation, their focus, and their school. Typically, it can take up to 4 years to obtain a Bachelor of Science in Medical Engineering degree for students who attend full-time. It could be longer for those who attend part-time, and still longer yet for those who decide to study beyond the bachelor's degree. Of course, it will depend on the student and their finances. Celena became interested in the time spent by Michaela to obtain her own degree and pressed in as a way of easing back into the personal questions. How long did it take you to get your degree? The question was getting dangerously close to the topic that Michaela had dread. Yet she made the decision to answer. It took me 4 years to earn my bachelor's degree because I was fortunate to obtain a full scholarship to Johns Hopkins University, which allowed me to attend full-time. Based on what Celena had uncovered about her guest's background, she was eager to jump into the personal questions, but decided to tread carefully. This is the end of part 1, the interview, Celena's debut. I do hope you continue to watch. Our next video, we will pick up from this point and we will move forward. So thanks again for allowing me to share with you. Please, if you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and do so now. As always, continue to send your feedbacks and your comments. Also, you can DM me on my IG, paulette.totalexpressions. Please stay safe, continue to watch the videos, continue to show your support, and until we meet again next time, take care. Bye-bye now.